Most homeowners who choose to market their home for sale by owner do so because they want to save money. I'm not here to discourage you from trying that, but I just want to present 4 concerns that you should consider carefully before you go that route of for sale by owner, because you may not realize there's actually a hidden cost to doing for sale by owner. And again, we're going to highlight those here in 4 different points. I'm Patrick Grosser with the 513 Flat Fee Real Estate Group at Fathom Realty. So yes, I am a realtor. Yes, I do help my clients sell their homes quickly for top dollar. I'm not going to pitch that right now. I'm going to talk about what it's like to do for sale by owner and 4 major concerns you should have before you go on that journey. Number 1 is a lack of market exposure. So if your home is listed for sale by owner on Zillow, for example, or for salebyowner.com or whatever site you choose, the potential buyers that you have for your home are only those who are viewing those sites. When you list with a realtor in the MLS, you're getting on every single search site, every single brokerage site, every single home search app. And most serious potential buyers are working with a buyer's agent, and most buyer's agents typically only show homes that are listed in the MLS. They're not trying to exclude for sale by owners, but it just kind of happens because the logistics of setting up a search are easier that way. It's more customizable to their client's needs rather than going through a for sale by owner search. So I typically, when I'm working with buyers, set up both ways. I set up an MLS search for them, and then I recommend that they set up a FSBO or a for sale by owner search on Zillow, which kind of covers all bases. But sometimes agents forget, I've forgotten before, or some may intentionally not work with for sale by owner listings for their buyers because they don't know if they're going to get paid. So that's not a good way to run your business, in my opinion. As an agent, I think you should help your buyers look at every single listing possible. But that's a concern for you if you're listing your home for sale by owner. If your listing is not in the MLS, it is a fact that you're not actually marketing your home to all potential buyers. And of course, whether you're selling a home or another product, if you're not marketing your product to all potential buyers, there's no guarantee that you're going to get the best price and the best terms for your sale. In order to do that, you need to create competition within the market for whatever you're selling, in this case your home, by marketing your listing to all potential buyers, including those that are looking in the MLS. The second concern you should have before you list your home for sale by owner is a lack of knowledge or experience. Now this one's difficult because you have to take a look in the mirror and decide, do I really have the knowledge that I need in order to market my home effectively to get the best result? Do I really have any experience doing this? Maybe you've done it before, but is your experience last time you did it relevant to today? The market changes monthly, annually. Certainly it's changed if the last time you sold a home was 15, 20 years ago, right? So regardless of whether you've personally sold a home on your own before, if you were not a professional realtor, if you weren't intimately involved in the real estate industry, or you're not a professional marketer, you may not have the knowledge or the experience to get the best results for the sale of your home. Again, that one's a little bit harder to admit because you're admitting some weaknesses on your part. It's not really a reflection on your intelligence or your character or anything personal, but if you just think about whatever profession you're in, if I was to come in as a realtor and try to do your job, would I be able to do it as well as you do it? And obviously you know that, no, I couldn't do that. Maybe I could eventually gain the knowledge and the experience depending on what your profession is, or maybe I never could because I'm just not smart enough or I don't have the talent to do whatever you do. So the same thing goes for real estate. Obviously it's not rocket science or brain surgery, right? Those cliches. But there is a certain skill set and some experience that is required and some knowledge of the market to make sure that you can sell your home quickly and for top dollar. Make sure you get the best terms for the sale of your home. You may want to consider your limitations and possibly hire a professional rather than doing it on your own. The third concern you should have before you do a for sale by owner listing is your time. We've already talked about a lack of exposure to the market. We've talked about a lack of knowledge or experience that you may have to get the job done effectively to get you the best results. But even if you have a valid argument against the market exposure or the lack of knowledge and experience, if you think that those points aren't that important, you have to consider the time that you're investing in the sale of your home. So make sure before you embark on this journey, you actually think about all the logistics. how are you going to market your home? If someone wants to do a showing, how are you going to do that? If someone writes you an offer, do you know how to review the contract? How do you have the time to do that? Are you working a full-time job where you're not going to be able to answer the phone or text or emails whenever a buyer is asking about it or submitting an offer? There are deadlines associated with offers, and if you don't respond in the right time, you can actually lose the buyer. So these are things you have to think about, and that's just the showing an offer process. You also have to think about all the way from pending to closing. There's lots of paperwork that's done by the lender and the title company. There's inspections, there's appraisal, there's underwriting of the loan. There are some other things that can go on, some obstacles that you may need to overcome, which you may not have the knowledge and experience to do, but also you may not just have the time to deal with all of that. So I would recommend talking to someone you know, friends or family who may have done for sale by owner before, to try to get an understanding, or maybe do more research online to kind of see what's it like, step by step, the logistics of listing to closing of a for sale by owner listing, so you get a good idea of how much time is this actually going to take. Now, you may determine all of that and do your detailed research and realize, hey, based on what I think I can do and the time I can devote to it and the amount of money I think I'm going to save, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. That's okay. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. Just make sure you do a little bit more research on how much time is going to be involved. And if you value your time, in many cases, by the time you realize how much time it's going to take for you to do this yourself, that may be enough reason for you to avoid for sale by owner listings and just hire a professional at that point. Number 4 on the list here is regret. So we've talked about a lack of market exposure. We've talked about a lack of knowledge and experience. We've talked about how much time it's going to take you to do a for sale by owner listing. Again, maybe you've gotten past those first 3 points and said, I still want to do it. But when I've talked to folks who have done for sale by owner, even those who have done it successfully and not had to use a realtor, and also those who started doing it and then decided to hire me or another realtor to help them, there's a lot of regret there because they know, or they learn along the way, that they didn't expose their listing to the entire market. They didn't market to all potential buyers, so they always have this what if question. What if I would have put it on the open market? Could I have gotten a better offer? I know that I'm not a professional realtor. I'm not in this business every day. I know I'm smart, but maybe a professional could have negotiated a better contract. Maybe they could have negotiated better terms after the inspection. Maybe that issue we had on appraisal, an agent could have helped us to rebut that appraisal and gotten that taken care of. Maybe there's other terms in the contract that I didn't understand where a professional could have helped me out and got me better terms as well. So those are some of the things that you have to think about. It's hard to try to anticipate these feelings and these questions that you may have, but those are some of the regrets that for sale by owners have, is that they just never really know if all the time and effort that they put into it was even worth it, because they think initially, I'm going to save 6% commission. Then they quickly realize if they're going to sell their home, they're probably going to have to work with a buyer's agent, because almost every buyer has an agent, and those buyer's agents' commissions are 3% of the sale price. So right away, the 6% savings that for sale by owners thought they had, now they only have half of that. Now they're doing all of this work on their own with a lack of exposure to the market, a lack of knowledge and experience as well, possibly not getting the best results, and also spending all this time to try to save 3% of the sale price, which may be a lot of money, but then they quickly realize that, okay, that's maybe not worth the time I'm putting into it, and maybe I'm not going to get the best results because I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. Maybe I could have gotten a better result by working with a realtor. So this regret, these questions, these what if questions come up sometimes during the process of for sale by owner listings before they actually hire a realtor, and sometimes they successfully sell their home, but then later they realize, well, or they wonder, maybe I could have done a better job with a professional in my corner. So it's totally up to you what you do with your home. It's your asset. Never let anybody tell you what to do. Don't let anybody strong arm you or try to convince you that they're the best thing ever and that they're the only way to sell your home. That's not true, but these are just 4 concerns you have to have. So the number 1 concern you ought to have before you list your home for sale by owner is that you need to market it to all potential buyers, and by doing a for sale by owner listing, you won't be able to do that without the MLS. Number 2 is you have to take a look in the mirror, consider, do you have the knowledge and experience to get the job done effectively, to get the best sale price and best terms for the sale of your home? And do you have the skills to overcome obstacles from pending to closing to get the job done, to not only get a buyer under contract, but actually get the deal closed? Number 3, you have to consider the time that you put into it. Is it really worth the potential savings? If you value your time, even put a dollar amount on it. What's your time worth per hour? How many hours do you think you're going to spend doing this, and how much are you going to save? And just do the math. And you may realize at that point, maybe that doesn't make sense to do it on your own. And the 4th thing, which is a little bit tricky, is regret. It's these what if questions. What if I hired a professional? Could I have gotten it done better? Some homeowners actually end up hiring a realtor and they regret losing all of that time, spending all of that energy and time trying to market and sell their home when they couldn't get the job done. They eventually had to pay a realtor anyway. Or if they do get a buyer and they close, they're happy until they start having these what if questions about whether or not a professional could have marketed it better, marketed their home to all buyers, get better offers, more competition to raise the price and the better terms for the sale of their home, but also get them to the finish line in a more stress-free way, potentially overcome some of the obstacles that they couldn't overcome or that stressed them out throughout the process. So before you embark on the journey of doing a for sale by owner listing, just carefully consider all of these concerns. If you think that you can still do it on your own, good luck to you. We do have another video that actually walks through everything that we do to help our clients sell their homes, so you can actually check that out. We'll link that here in the video. It's a 45-minute video, so make sure you set aside enough time to do that. But it's just going to walk you through every single step to go through from start to finish, how to effectively sell your home without the help of a realtor. Maybe that will help you to do some more research on how much time it's going to take you and help you to determine if doing a for sale by owner listing is right for you. I'm Patrick Grosser with the 513 Flat Fee Real Estate Group at Fathom Realty.